the haunted legacy of Alabama's most paranormal college in the heart of Alabama, where Spanish moss drapes lazily from ancient oaks and whispers of the past linger in the humid air, lies a place steeped in mystery and dread. This is no ordinary college campus. It's a sprawling labyrinth of history, secrets, and unexplainable phenomena. Known as the most haunted college in Alabama, this institution has earned its chilling reputation through decades of eerie encounters, inexplicable events, and ghostly legends that refuse to fade with time. Its halls echo not only with the footsteps of students but also with the spectral presence of those who once walked its grounds, and never truly left. From flickering lights in empty dormitories to phantom voices in lecture halls, the stories surrounding this campus are as varied as they are terrifying. Students speak in hushed tones about shadowy figures glimpsed in the corners of their vision, while faculty members share accounts of classrooms where chairs move on their own and doors slam shut without explanation. The history of the land itself adds another layer of unease. Tales of Civil War skirmishes, forgotten burial grounds, and tragic accidents weave an unsettling tapestry beneath the surface of modern academia. What makes this college particularly notorious isn't just the frequency of these occurrences but the intensity of the experiences reported by those who dare to step foot within its boundaries. Whether it's the weeping specter said to roam the library stacks or the disembodied laughter echoing through deserted hallways after midnight, there's an undeniable sense that something, or someone, is watching and waiting. As we delve deeper into the darkened corridors of this haunted institution, prepare to confront the unknown. This article will guide you through the spine-chilling lore, documented sightings, and harrowing personal testimonies that have cemented this college's status as one of America's most paranormal places. Brace yourself for a journey into the supernatural, a world where reality blurs into nightmare, and the line between the living and the dead becomes perilously thin. The foundation of fear. To understand the haunting aura that permeates this Alabama college, one must journey back to its origins, a timeline etched with tragedy, turmoil, and whispers of the otherworldly. Established in the late 19th century, the college was originally constructed on land steeped in history long before its academic purpose. The site was once home to a sprawling antebellum plantation, a relic of the Old South whose grandeur masked a darker legacy. Historical records reveal that the plantation was built upon what was believed to be sacred Native American grounds, a fact that would later fuel rumors of curses and spiritual unrest. The transition from plantation to educational institution was far from seamless. During the Civil War, the property became a contested battleground, witnessing untold bloodshed and despair. Soldiers from both sides clashed violently, leaving behind a graveyard of unmarked graves scattered across the grounds. Local folklore tells of wounded men crying out for help under the cover of night, their voices lost to time but seemingly preserved in the very soil beneath the campus. Even more chilling are the accounts of enslaved individuals who worked the land during the plantation era, many of whom met tragic ends. Their stories, largely erased from official narratives, seem to linger in the shadows, demanding remembrance. One particularly infamous event further entrenched the college's haunted reputation. In 1923, a devastating fire engulfed the original administration building, claiming the lives of several students and faculty members. Survivors recounted hearing panic screams even after the flames had been extinguished, a phenomenon attributed to the restless spirits of those who perished. To this day, visitors report feeling sudden waves of heat in areas where the fire raged most fiercely, accompanied by the faint scent of smoke and charred wood, an eerie reminder of that fateful night. The architectural design of the campus itself adds another dimension to its haunted allure. Built using materials salvaged from the plantation's ruins, the structures bear physical scars of their tumultuous past. Cracked stone facades and warped wooden beams serve as silent witnesses to centuries of suffering. Some believe these materials carry residual energy, acting as conduits for the spirits that haunt the premises. Others point to the layout of the buildings, which feature labyrinthine hallways and hidden alcoves, as ideal settings for supernatural activity. Legends born from these historical events have become part of the college's cultural fabric. Stories of a Grey Lady, wandering the grounds, believed to be the spirit of a grieving mother searching for her lost child, are shared among new students as cautionary tales. Similarly, tales of a spectral Confederate soldier patrolling the perimeter at dusk evoke both fear and fascination. These narratives, passed down through generations, blur the line between myth and reality, creating an atmosphere where the paranormal feels almost inevitable. As we peel back the layers of this haunted history, it becomes clear that the college's reputation is not merely the product of overactive imaginations. It is rooted in tangible events, tragedies, injustices, and unresolved grief that continue to resonate through time. Each brick, each hallway, and each shadow seems imbued with the weight of these stories, transforming the campus into a living monument to the past. And perhaps, it is this very connection to history that beckons the unseen forces that call this place home. Documented encounters. The chilling tales of paranormal activity at this Alabama college are not mere hearsay. They are meticulously recorded incidents, often witnessed by multiple individuals and corroborated by evidence that defies rational explanation. Over the years, students, faculty, and staff have reported countless encounters, each adding another layer to the institution's haunted reputation. Among the most frequently cited phenomena are apparitions, disembodied sounds, and objects moving without any visible cause. One of the most well-documented cases involves the recurring appearance of a spectral figure known as the library ghost. Late-night patrons of the campus library have repeatedly described seeing a translucent woman in a tattered dress roaming the aisles. Witnesses claim she appears distressed, her face contorted in anguish as she mutters unintelligible phrases before vanishing into thin air. Security footage from 2007 captured a startling anomaly, a bookshelf visibly shaking despite no one being near it. Moments later, the camera recorded a faint outline resembling the same ghostly woman before the feed cut out entirely. Skeptics argued it could be a technical glitch, but subsequent reports from students who were present confirmed the sighting, lending credibility to the supernatural explanation. Another recurring phenomenon occurs in the old science building, where disembodied voices have been heard emanating from empty laboratories. In 2015, a group of graduate students working on a project late at night reported hearing a man's voice clearly say, "Turn it off," though no one else was in the room. Startled, they immediately packed up and left, only to return the next morning and discover that all the equipment they had meticulously set up had been dismantled. None of them admitted to touching anything, and the security cameras showed no signs of tampering. Such incidents are not isolated. Similar accounts of machinery inexplicably shutting down or resetting themselves have been reported across various departments, leading some to speculate that the spirits of former scientists or researchers may still linger, attempting to communicate or interfere. Perhaps the most unsettling reports come from the dormitories, where residents describe poltergeist-like activity that escalates during peak stress periods like midterms and finals. In 2018, a freshman named Emily Carter recounted waking up to find her belongings strewn across the room, her mattress flipped upside down, and her alarm clock flashing 666 repeatedly. Though initially dismissed as a prank, the incident gained traction when other students in adjacent rooms reported identical disruptions occurring simultaneously. A campus-wide investigation revealed no logical explanation, leaving many to conclude that the disturbances were the work of an unseen entity. Even faculty members are not immune to these strange occurrences. Professor Margaret Hayes, a longtime history instructor, claims to have experienced numerous unexplained events in her office. On multiple occasions, she has entered the room to find her desk chair pulled away from her desk and positioned facing the door, as if someone, or something, had been sitting there moments earlier. Once, she discovered a photograph of herself taken during a university event pinned to her bulletin board, surrounded by cryptic handwritten notes warning her to leave now. The handwriting did not match anyone she recognized, and the photograph had never been printed or shared publicly, raising questions about how it ended up in her possession. These documented encounters are supported by a growing body of photographic and video evidence collected over the years. Thermal imaging cameras deployed by paranormal investigators have captured cold spots in areas associated with high levels of activity, while audio recordings have picked up electronic voice phenomena, EVPs, featuring indistinct murmurs and occasional pleas for help. One particularly compelling piece of evidence comes from a 2020 investigation conducted by a local paranormal research team. Using advanced infrared technology, they captured footage of a shadowy humanoid figure darting across a corridor in the administration building, a structure long rumored to be haunted due to its proximity to the site of the 1923 fire. While skeptics remain unconvinced, dismissing such incidents as psychological effects or environmental factors, the sheer volume and consistency of these reports cannot be easily dismissed. For those who live and work within the walls of this haunted college, the line between skepticism and belief blurs with every unexplained sound, movement, or apparition. Together, these documented encounters paint a vivid picture of a place where the veil between worlds is perilously thin, inviting both curiosity and dread in equal measure. Personal testimonies for those who walk the halls of this haunted Alabama college. The supernatural is not a distant concept relegated to campfire tales or urban legends. It is an intimate, visceral reality woven into the fabric of daily life. Through first-hand accounts, we gain insight into the deeply personal and often life-altering encounters that have shaped the lives of students, faculty, and staff. These stories are not just anecdotes. They are windows into the emotional and psychological toll exacted by living amidst the unseen. Take, for instance, Sarah Jenkins, a junior majoring in psychology, whose encounter with the paranormal began innocuously enough. She recalls settling into her dorm room on a quiet Sunday evening, flipping through pages of a textbook as rain pattered against the window. Suddenly, the overhead light flickered erratically, casting the room into intermittent darkness. At first, she chalked it up to faulty wiring, a common issue in the older buildings. But then came the whispers, soft, indistinct murmurs that seemed to emanate from the corner of the room. It wasn't like someone talking normally, Sarah explains, her voice trembling. It was more like overlapping voices, layered on top of each other. They grew louder and louder until I couldn't focus on anything else. Terrified, she bolted out of the room, only to return hours later to find her belongings rearranged and her journal open to a blank page, scrawled with the words, "You shouldn't be here." Faculty members, too, have borne witness to the inexplicable. Dr. Richard Langley, a tenured professor of history, recounts an experience that left him questioning his own sanity. During a late-night grading session in his office, he felt an inexplicable chill creep over him, accompanied by the sensation of being watched. Glancing up, he saw nothing unusual, yet the feeling persisted. Moments later, his computer screen lit up on its own, displaying a series of rapidly typed letters, GOEWAY. I froze, Dr. Langley admits. I didn't touch the keyboard, and there was no one else in the room. When I tried to shut the computer down, it wouldn't respond. Eventually, I had to unplug it completely. He hasn't used that particular machine since, opting instead to work elsewhere whenever possible. Equally haunting is the testimony of maintenance worker Marcus Holloway, who spends much of his time traversing the campus's dimly lit corridors. One night, while performing routine checks in the basement of the science building, Marcus heard what sounded like footsteps echoing behind him. Turning around, he saw no one. Undeterred, he continued his rounds, only to feel a sudden, icy grip on his shoulder. It was like someone grabbed me, except when I looked, there was nothing there, he says, shuddering. And then I heard laughter, real, human-sounding laughter, right next to my ear. I dropped my flashlight and ran straight out of that building. Haven't gone back down there alone since. These encounters leave lasting imprints on those who endure them. For Sarah, the incident in her dorm room triggered a bout of insomnia and anxiety, forcing her to seek counseling. I know people think I'm crazy, she confides, but I can't shake the feeling that whatever was in that room knew me somehow. It felt personal, like it wanted to drive me away. Similarly, Dr. Langley describes a growing sense of unease that follows him even outside the confines of his office. There are days when I question whether I should keep teaching here, he admits. It's exhausting, constantly wondering if the next moment will bring another visitation. Marcus, meanwhile, wrestles with guilt over sharing his story. Some folks think I'm making it up for attention, he says, but I swear on my kids' lives it happened. Trouble is, talking about it doesn't make it go away. If anything, it feels worse because now I'm hyper-aware of every little sound or shadow. Beyond individual accounts, there is a collective sense of shared trauma among those who inhabit this haunted space. Conversations often revolve around strategies for coping, whether it's blessing dorm rooms with sage, avoiding certain areas after dark, or forming informal support groups to discuss experiences without fear of judgment. Yet, despite these efforts, the weight of the unknown lingers, manifesting in subtle ways, sleepless nights, heightened paranoia, and an ever-present awareness of the unseen. What emerges from these personal testimonies is a portrait of resilience amid terror. While the encounters vary in nature and intensity, they all underscore a universal truth: the paranormal does not discriminate. It touches everyone differently, leaving behind a kaleidoscope of emotions ranging from fear and confusion to sorrow and defiance. For the brave souls who choose to stay, to study, teach, or work within these haunted walls, their stories serve as both warnings and testaments to the enduring power of the human spirit in the face of the inexplicable. Over the years, the haunted reputation of this Alabama college has drawn the attention of numerous paranormal investigators, amateur enthusiasts, and even television crews eager to unravel its mysteries. Armed with cutting-edge technology and a relentless curiosity, these explorers have ventured into the heart of the campus's darkest corners, seeking answers to questions that defy logic. Their findings, while varied, consistently point to the presence of unexplained phenomena, offering tantalizing glimpses into the supernatural forces that seem to inhabit the institution. One of the most notable investigations took place in 2014, led by the renowned paranormal research team Echoes Beyond. Equipped with thermal imaging cameras, electromagnetic field (EMF) detectors, and digital audio recorders, the group spent 3 consecutive nights conducting sweeps of the campus's most active locations. Their efforts yielded compelling results, particularly in the administration building, a site long associated with the tragic 1923 fire. Using an EMF meter, investigators detected significant spikes in electromagnetic activity within specific rooms, including the former dean's office and a storage closet that had been sealed off for decades. While skeptics might attribute such readings to outdated wiring or environmental interference, the patterns were inconsistent with typical sources of EMF emissions, suggesting the possibility of residual energy tied to traumatic events. Audio recordings captured during the investigation provided even more intriguing evidence. In one chilling EVP session held in the library's basement, researchers asked a series of direct questions to any potential spirits present. Among the responses was a faint but unmistakable reply. "Help me!" The voice, male and strained, appeared to emanate from nowhere, as no living person was nearby at the time. Subsequent analysis of the recording revealed additional layers of sound, including what sounded like faint sobbing and the rustling of fabric. These auditory anomalies aligned with reports from students who claimed to have encountered the so-called library ghosts, lending credence to the idea that the spirit of a tormented soul may indeed reside within the building's depths. More recently, in 2021, a student-led paranormal club collaborated with a local news station to conduct a live-streamed overnight investigation. Utilizing drone-mounted cameras and motion sensors, the team monitored activity across multiple locations simultaneously. One of the most striking moments occurred in the old science building, where a motion-activated camera captured a shadowy figure darting across a hallway. Upon reviewing the footage, investigators noted that the figure moved with unnatural speed and disappeared through a solid wall. Attempts to replicate the effect using props or staged scenarios proved unsuccessful, deepening the mystery. Public reactions to these investigations have been mixed, reflecting the broader societal divide between believers and skeptics. For many students and alumni, the findings serve as validation of their own experiences, fostering a sense of community among those who feel misunderstood or dismissed. Social media platforms buzz with comments from viewers sharing their own stories, creating a virtual support network for individuals affected by the campus's haunting. However, critics argue that the use of advanced technology can sometimes amplify confirmation bias, with investigators interpreting ambiguous data as definitive proof of the paranormal. Despite differing perspectives, The impact of these investigations on public perception cannot be overstated. Documentaries and televised specials have brought national attention to the college, transforming it into a pilgrimage site for thrill seekers and ghost hunters alike. Tourists flock to the campus during Halloween season, hoping to catch a glimpse of the supernatural for themselves. Meanwhile, local businesses capitalize on the intrigue, offering themed tours and merchandise centered around the campus's haunted lore. Yet, for those who call this haunted college home, the influx of outsiders brings a complex mix of pride and apprehension. While some welcome the spotlight as a means of legitimizing their experiences, others worry about the exploitation of sensitive sites and the disruption caused by large crowds. Faculty members express concern over how the school's reputation as a paranormal hotspot might overshadow its academic achievements, potentially deterring prospective students or donors. Ultimately, the investigations into this haunted institution underscore the enduring fascination with the unknown. Whether viewed as scientific inquiry or sensational spectacle, these efforts reflect humanity's insatiable desire to confront the boundaries of our understanding, and perhaps, to find solace in the idea that we are not alone, even in death. Rational explanations and lingering mysteries. The pervasive sense of the supernatural at this Alabama college invites scrutiny not only from paranormal enthusiasts, but also from the scientific community. Researchers and skeptics alike have sought to unravel the enigmatic phenomena reported on campus, employing rigorous methodologies to determine whether rational explanations can account for the seemingly inexplicable. While some incidents lend themselves to plausible interpretations rooted in physics, psychology, or environmental factors, others stubbornly resist conventional logic, leaving room for speculation and wonder. One widely accepted explanation for many of the reported phenomena is infrasound, a low-frequency sound wave below the threshold of human hearing. Studies have shown that exposure to infrasound can induce feelings of unease, anxiety, and even hallucinations, mimicking the sensations often described by witnesses during alleged paranormal encounters. The campus's aging infrastructure, particularly its HVAC systems and plumbing networks, could inadvertently produce these frequencies, creating an environment ripe for misinterpretation. For example, the cold spots, frequently reported in dormitories and classrooms, might stem from localized drafts or temperature fluctuations caused by poorly insulated walls and windows. Similarly, the sensation of being watched, an experience commonly cited by students, could result from subliminal cues processed by the brain, such as subtle changes in lighting or peripheral movement triggered by mundane sources like swaying trees or passing vehicles. Psychological factors also play a significant role in shaping perceptions of the paranormal. The power of suggestion, combined with the campus's storied history, primes individuals to interpret ambiguous stimuli as supernatural occurrences. Cognitive biases, such as pareidolia, the tendency to perceive meaningful patterns in random data, can lead people to mistake ordinary sights, sounds, or sensations for ghostly manifestations. For instance, the shadowy figures captured on security footage or thermal imaging cameras may simply be distortions caused by lens flares, reflections, or heat signatures from nearby electronics. Likewise, anecdotal accounts of disembodied voices or footsteps could arise from confirmation bias, wherein individuals selectively recall details that align with pre-existing beliefs about the haunted nature of the location. Environmental conditions further complicate the analysis. The campus's geographic setting, surrounded by dense forests and marshlands, contributes to elevated humidity levels and fluctuating barometric pressure, factors known to influence human perception and behavior. Sudden shifts in atmospheric conditions can exacerbate feelings of discomfort or dread, amplifying the likelihood of perceiving anomalous events. Additionally, the presence of decaying organic matter beneath the soil, remnants of the plantation era, releases gases such as methane and hydrogen sulfide, which can produce odors reminiscent of smoke or decay. These olfactory cues, coupled with visual and auditory anomalies, create a multisensory experience that reinforces the illusion of hauntings. Despite these rational explanations, certain aspects of the campus's paranormal activity remain resistant to reductionist interpretations. The consistency and specificity of reported encounters challenge purely psychological or environmental accounts. Take, for example, The recurring theme of intelligent interaction observed in multiple incidents, objects moving in deliberate ways, messages appearing in private journals, or responses to direct questions posed during EVP sessions. Such behaviors suggest agency rather than randomness, hinting at the involvement of an external force beyond current scientific comprehension. Furthermore, the temporal clustering of events during peak stress periods, such as exam seasons, implies a dynamic relationship between human emotion and perceived paranormal activity, a connection that defies easy categorization within existing frameworks. Ultimately, the interplay between scientific inquiry and unexplained phenomena underscores the complexity of the campus's haunting. While rational explanations provide valuable insights into the mechanisms underlying many reported incidents, they fail to fully account for the depth and diversity of experiences documented over the years. This gap between what can be measured and what remains intangible fuels ongoing debate, inviting both skepticism and fascination. As researchers continue to probe the boundaries of knowledge, the haunted college stands as a testament to the enduring mystery of the human experience, a place where science meets the unknown, and where questions often outnumber answers. Living and working within the shadowy embrace of this haunted Alabama college demands resilience, creativity, and a strong sense of community. For students, faculty, and staff, adapting to the omnipresent specter of the supernatural has become a way of life, one marked by unique coping mechanisms, proactive measures, and mutual support systems designed to foster a sense of safety and belonging. From ritualistic practices to organized initiatives, the campus community has developed innovative strategies to navigate the challenges posed by their otherworldly surroundings. One of the most widespread methods of self-protection among students is the use of cleansing rituals borrowed from various cultural traditions. Sage smudging ceremonies, for instance, have gained popularity as a means of purifying dorm rooms and creating a barrier against negative energies. Many residents swear by this practice, claiming that burning bundles of dried sage helps alleviate feelings of unease and reduces the frequency of unsettling occurrences. Similarly, salt lines, a protective measure rooted in folklore, are often placed along doorways and windowsills, believed to ward off malevolent entities. These rituals, while symbolic, offer psychological comfort, empowering individuals to reclaim a sense of control over their environment. Faculty members, too, employ practical measures to mitigate the impact of paranormal activity on their professional responsibilities. Some professors choose to avoid scheduling late-night office hours or lab sessions in historically active buildings, opting instead for well-lit, heavily trafficked areas. Others incorporate elements of humor or storytelling into their interactions with students, framing ghostly encounters as quirky campus traditions rather than sources of fear. For example, a history professor might recount tales of Civil War skirmishes during lectures, subtly normalizing the idea of spectral presences as extensions of the institution's rich heritage. This approach not only diffuses tension but also fosters a shared narrative that binds the community together. On a larger scale, the college administration has taken steps to address concerns about safety and mental health. Counseling services now include specialized programs tailored to students experiencing heightened anxiety or distress related to paranormal encounters. Group therapy sessions provide a safe space for individuals to share their experiences without fear of judgment, while workshops on stress management techniques equip participants with tools to cope with uncertainty. Additionally, the campus chaplaincy offers blessings and prayers for those seeking spiritual solace, ensuring that diverse belief systems are respected and accommodated. Perhaps the most impactful initiative is the formation of student-led support groups dedicated to exploring and understanding the paranormal. Organizations like the Paranormal Awareness Club serve dual purposes. They act as forums for discussing personal experiences and investigating claims of supernatural activity, while also promoting education and critical thinking. Members collaborate with faculty advisors to host seminars, invite guest speakers, and organize guided tours of reportedly haunted sites, fostering a culture of curiosity rather than fear. By reframing the haunting as a subject worthy of intellectual inquiry, these groups help demystify the unknown and reduce stigma surrounding discussions of the paranormal. Community building efforts extend beyond formalized programs to encompass informal networks of solidarity. Dormitory floors often establish ghost watch schedules during peak activity periods, allowing residents to take turns monitoring shared spaces and providing reassurance to one another. Social media platforms have also become vital channels for communication, enabling real-time updates about unusual occurrences and facilitating connections between individuals with similar experiences. Memes and inside jokes about campus ghosts serve as levity, reminding everyone that humor can be a powerful antidote to fear. Ultimately, the resilience of this haunted college's inhabitants lies in their ability to transform adversity into opportunity. By embracing both traditional remedies and modern innovations, they create a tapestry of practices that honor the past while safeguarding the present. Whether through ritual, dialogue, or collective action, the campus community demonstrates an unwavering commitment to supporting one another, a testament to the enduring strength of human connection in the face of the inexplicable. As we draw the curtains on this exploration of the most haunted college in Alabama, it becomes evident that the essence of this institution transcends the mere physical structures and academic pursuits. It is a place where history, mystery, and the supernatural intertwine, creating a tapestry rich with spectral threads. The myriad stories and documented encounters paint a vivid picture of a campus alive with echoes from the past, each whisper and shadow a testament to the timeless dance between the seen and the unseen. This haunted college stands not just as a beacon of higher learning but as a profound symbol of the human condition, our fears, curiosities, and relentless quest for understanding. It challenges us to peer beyond the veil of the ordinary and consider the vast, uncharted territories of existence. Here, every creak of the floorboards, every flicker of the lights, and every whispered name in the dead of night serves as a reminder of the thin boundary that separates our world from the mysteries that lie just beyond. In delving into the myriad tales of apparitions and eerie occurrences, we uncover more than just ghost stories. We find reflections of our deepest anxieties and hopes, mirrored in the haunted halls of this venerable institution. The courage displayed by those who walk these grounds daily inspires a deeper appreciation for the resilience of the human spirit. They remind us that bravery is not the absence of fear but the triumph over it, choosing to seek knowledge and understanding even when faced with the incomprehensible. Thus, as we close this chapter on the haunted legacy of Alabama's most paranormal college, let us carry forward the lessons gleaned from its shadowed corridors. Let us remember that while the supernatural may elude full comprehension, the pursuit of knowledge and the bonds of community empower us to face the unknown with both skepticism and awe. In the end, it is not merely the ghosts of the past that define this place, but the enduring spirit of those who dare to explore its mysteries, forging paths illuminated by the light of inquiry and camaraderie. Embracing the mysteries that bind you as the final echoes of this haunted tale reverberate through your mind. I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude for joining me on this spine-chilling expedition into the heart of Alabama's most enigmatic college. Your curiosity and courage in exploring these shadowed corridors have made this journey all the more meaningful. It is through shared stories and collective wonder that we find connection, and I hope this article has sparked conversations, reflections, and perhaps even a few goosebumps along the way. If you've enjoyed stepping into the supernatural side of history with me today, I invite you to stay connected. Subscribe to my channel for more haunting tales, mysterious legends, and deep dives into the unexplained. Whether it's ghostly encounters, cursed locations, or forgotten folklore, there's always another story waiting to be uncovered, and I'd love for you to be part of it. And hey, don't be shy. Share your thoughts, experiences, or even your own spooky stories in the comments below. Have you ever felt the weight of the unseen? Walked through a place that sent shivers down your spine? Or maybe you've got a theory about the mysteries we've explored today. Whatever it is, I'd love to hear from you. After all, storytelling is a two-way street, and your voice matters. Finally, if you're craving more haunted adventures, check out the links in the description for additional resources, recommended readings, and behind-the-scenes content. You can also follow me on social media for bite-sized doses of the paranormal and updates on upcoming videos. Together, we'll continue to peel back the layers of the unknown, one chilling tale at a time. Until next time, stay curious, and remember, the shadows are never as empty as they seem. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next story. Sleep tight, if you dare.